So welcome to the Energy Startalk, Sigala.
Hello.
It's nice to have you here in Berlin.
It's a pleasure.
I guess it's not your first time here, right?
No, been a few times for some DJ shows and things like that.
So when you're here experiencing music or some sightseeing too?
To be honest, I haven't really had a chance to explore Berlin yet. Might have a bit of time today. Where should I be going?
Well, I guess everyone would answer like the Berghain for
Yeah.
partying, and because everyone knows it,
Yeah.
but especially like maybe you should eat currywurst too.
Yes.
I need to think about that. It's like the normal answers, but I'm gonna figure something out. Before we talk about your music, so for the people to get to know you a bit better, we have like a little game. It's called like 50 seconds with, in this case, with you. So short questions, try to answer as quick as you can.
Cool.
Don't think too much. What would you say is typically you?
Typically me. What do you mean?
What would your friends say is typically you?
Oh,
like
right.
anything,
Me.
an attitude, something that bothers them.
Just a bit childish.
Okay. Have you already lied today?
Lied?
Lied. Yeah.
No.
What's the last thing you do before you go to bed?
Take my braces out.
What's your favorite emoji?
The cheeky wink.
Weekend with your parents or weekend with your friends?
Definitely friends. Sorry, Mum.
They're not listening. With whom did you have your first kiss?
My first kiss. A girl called Jessica.
What do you prefer, Schnitzel or burger?
Schnitzel.
Do you have a second name?
No.
And the funniest animal sound you can do? Don't even say it, you have to do it afterwards, I guess.
Animal sounds. I'm sure I can do some. Moo. Which one was that?
Okay.
Chicken.
Yeah, it was a chicken, I guess. Or a horse. So let's talk about your music. Do you like remember when you think about like all the songs you wrote, would you like get them all together if you would have to write a list with every single song?
Every song ever?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not. It's probably in the hundreds. There's many I've forgotten about, probably because they were terrible. So no, I definitely couldn't remember them all.
So you don't even hide them somewhere at home?
Oh yeah,
still
no,
have them,
they're
you
on.
do have them.
They're
okay.
on. They're over there in a hard drive,
Okay. So never.
which no one will
get
ever
stolen.
hear.
Do you have like special babies from your like songs that mean a bit more than the others?
Yeah, I think so. They're not necessarily the ones that everyone else might like, but there's definitely ones that are more personal, I guess. If it's like lyrics or something that mean something, something more to me than other people then. But yeah, definitely.
So when you're like just like sitting down and start writing, is it like you have an idea, or is it you really sit down because you say like, okay, right now I want to write a new song?
I kind of do both, but to be honest, when you sit down and say, right, it's time to write a hit, usually that never happens, because then obviously there's like lots of pressure and you kind of overthink it. I think the things that I've done that have kind of translated and worked the best have been the ones that have just been spur of the moment and not even necessarily in the studio. I've been at home or on my way somewhere recording it on my phone and things like that. Because I think when you're not thinking about it as much, it's kind of a bit more real.
So could it happen that just like while you're out with your friends, maybe in the city, it's just like, oh guys, wait a minute, and then you just like take your phone, and you're like sing the melody?
Yeah, maybe.
Cool. So when you have a song, it's like, and it's done, you're gonna be like, who's the first person you're gonna play it for?
My mum. No, not really.
I would have believed you.
She just says the same thing every time. She just goes, "That's nice," and then it just ruins it for me.
But do you remember like the first moment when you told your mom, just like, okay, I really think I can live doing that,
Oh
like
no,
earn my living?
yeah. She did not believe me.
Really?
Yeah.
And now?
No way. Still doesn't believe me.
Cute. Is it like when you're finished a song, because you work with a lot of people, is it like you have the song, you're like, who can I feature on that? Who could be the singer? Or is it from the beginning, you know, I want to do a song with them? Because I just saw on Facebook that you were in the studio with Sigma.
Yeah. So like there'll be I'll set up writing sessions with people that whose music I really like, or if they've got like a cool voice or something like that. And then, you know, we'll kind of write and then see what comes out of the day. But we might even write a song that they're like, oh, it's not quite right for me, and then we can get somebody else to sing it. But to be honest, so far all the people who I've had feature I've wrote the songs with them. So like Bryn Christopher on Sweet Lovin', like we wrote that together, and with John Newman, like we wrote that one together, and same with Amani on Say You Do. So it seems to have worked that way so far, which has been great. But then there's songs that I've written with songwriters who aren't necessarily, they don't want to feature on it. So then you have to kind of try and find the right voice, which can be tough. But I like a challenge.
But how is it then while you're working together like in the studio? Is it like totally concentrated? Are you trying to have as much fun as you can? Just like having a party, maybe a small one?
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially with the music I'm making, because it's obviously like really upbeat and positive, and like I think it's important to enjoy making it. So it's been like most of the sessions are really fun, and you know, if it's with new people, you can get to know them and like have a laugh and then write something. Like with John Newman, I think we spent about 6 hours messing around with my studio intercom, like when people were walking past, like pretending to host a radio station through the phone, and then we got around to writing a song eventually towards the end of the day. But yeah, like it's always nice to have a bit of fun with it.
And then you're on stage just like performing the songs, and you see the reaction of the fans and the people just like singing them and laughing, smiling. What's going on in your head at that moment?
Crazy thoughts. No, it's amazing. Like it still blows my mind how far the music has spread, and like the effects it's had on people as well. Yeah, it's every time it's weird.
And when you meet like your fans, what do they always ask you then afterwards? Is it just like, oh my God, thank you so much, I love your song? And
there's quite a few people who are really eager to talk about production. Like there seems to be a lot of kind of upcoming producers or people who are learning how to produce, and they have a lot of questions on how I did this, or you know, advice on what to do. So I try and make some time and help them out, or you know, I'm in touch with a few of them, and they send me songs and I'll give them feedback and things like that. Just because when I was in their position, like I really valued feedback, and to have somebody who's making the music that kind of you want to make, helping you out is really important. So I try and
I had to go through the same things. I mean, it wasn't like, oh yeah, I wake up, I'm just like, I want to be a musician, and hey, here I am. It's like,
yeah, it's never that easy.
That's cool. When do the German people like get the chance to see you live? Any plans? Anything?
I've done quite a lot of shows this year as a DJ. Like probably more than I've done in the UK, to be honest. So I've been over here quite a lot, all over Germany, which has been great.
But for next year?
For next year, I'm not sure actually. I haven't thought that far ahead.
But luckily there's social media, so I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
When?
But I've got another thing which I'm going to be bringing over here soon, which is the full band setup. So I've got the DJ shows, and then I've put together a full live band with dancers and singers, and hopefully I'll be able to bring Imani and Bryn and people, and maybe even John to sing the songs as well, which we've been doing in the UK over the last few months. And yeah, we're hoping to bring it over to Europe and obviously here soon.
That sounds awesome.
Which would be great.
Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners? Anything you want to tell them? Anything I forgot?
I've got another tune coming out, which is great. It feels like it's been too long. So before Crimbo, we've got the next tune coming out, which is great. I'm really excited for that. Yeah. Keep your ears open.
Perfect. Thank you.